Good evening. I'm probably not going to be on that terribly long, but I just wanted to say, give a hi bye flyby. In about 12 hours, I'm having my procedure done. Well, actually, I arrive at the hospital roughly 12 hours. And then 2 hours after that, they'll bring me into the operating theater and I'll go to sleep. And then I'll wake up 2 hours after that without a thyroid. And then, probably a little while after that, I will be in recovery with my beloved husband there and probably making no sense whatsoever. Hi, Katie, how's it going? So I will be lying there, probably going arscambu, faba faba icky fee, and stuck on stupid. Hopefully, I don't say any weird things as I come out of anesthesia. You'd think I was already under and coming out, wouldn't you? First day with a new tongue. Yeah, so, you know, I will be coming out and making no sense and, hopefully at least being able to put something on my community tab, if not just come in and say stupid oh, yeah, stupid shit like what I usually do when I come out of anesthesia. One time it was, I opened my eyes and I looked at my surgeon. I had just had a fusion in my spine, my neck. I opened my eyes and I looked at this doctor, and I don't remember this, mind you. I said, "Oh, bullshit." And then one time I had dental surgery, and it took them a while to finally share with me what exactly I had said and why exactly they giggled at me every time I came in for a follow-up. But I suppose I must have praised my husband's endowments. I just looked right in my surgeon's eyes and said, "My fiance has a big..." They still don't let me forget that when I go in for checkups, and that's fine because it's fucking funnier than hell. And I don't know the other things that I've said when I come out of anesthesia, but apparently I do every time. I know when I came out from the hernia surgery that I had, this one wasn't funny. I came out of that screaming, crying, and cussing because they had, as everybody knows, they had injured my left rotator cuff. And that was a year ago today, and it is still jacked. And yeah, you're right, Katie. I am never going to live that one down. And I don't even want to because that shit's funny. And, if you think about it, doing surgery on people is obviously stressful. So if they get something that they can snicker about over the dinner table, well, maybe you should talk about other people's dingus during dinner. But, if they get something they can giggle about, then, hey, what's to not like? Am I afraid? A little bit. Not terribly, because I've had worse surgeries. The worst one ever being that abdominal surgery. And intellectually I just have to keep reminding, okay, how many times have you had general anesthesia? Like, at least half a dozen, probably more. Because they have to put me under anytime they do anything more serious with me than a cleaning, because I have an absolutely horrendous dental phobia. My blood pressure will dip down. I'll start to go into shock just from, being that freaked out. So they always have to put me under. So I don't really have anything intellectually to worry about, but there's always that little fear about, what if it's that 1% chance? What do you do then? I'm going to need it, Lakina. The biggest thing I need help with is not fucking forgetting to take my Synthroid every morning, because you got to. Your thyroid controls almost the whole of your endocrine system. It's especially responsible for your metabolism, and so it is only in my good interests to be sure that I take that Synthroid every morning, because I'm tired of gaining weight and losing hair. The person, the jackass that was in here going, "Oh, well, you're going to look like a thumb when your hair falls out." That's what would cause me to lose my hair, not getting the surgery. They don't give you chemo for thyroid surgery. Well, they do if it's metastasized somewhere, but my surgeon is really, really 99% that it has not. So that now comes the kind of serious part of things. Um, for the next brief while, my husband and I are kind of in a sling financially. We've got the basics covered, bills are all paid, all the rest of that. But if I have to, say, do something like buy shampoo or cat litter or some other things like that, that's going to be difficult. Um, and if anybody can see it within their heart to, flick a little bit, I'll have my payment stuff in the comments below after here. If anybody can see it within their heart to just flick a little bit my way, it doesn't have to be a lot, because they probably get through with about, at this point, probably about $100, $150. And it really is just for shit like shampoo and cat litter. So, if you can lend me a little bit of a hand, that would be amazing. I would really appreciate it. And I'll understand if you don't feel like it. This is the thing. I get a bunch of shit when I have to do fundraising like now. But this is the thing, and I've said this before, if I was going to try to grift people, would I be looking for $150 or would I be looking for $5,000? Number one. Number two, I can prove all the shit that's happening to me, and I will be. Y'all are going to need the link to my Rumble after this. There are reasons. But, frankly, making that video it's not even really about the trolls. It's about, check this out. I went through a major surgery and had an organ removed, and I'm still going strong. This is where I've been, and this is where I'm going, and this is what I've been through, and it's made it possible for me to be strong enough to keep going where I'm going. So, if you feel called to do so, you'll see my financial information in the comments below after this whole thing. And I would really appreciate it. It would be very helpful to me if somebody would, just go on ahead and give me a hand that way. In other news, my kitten Atarangi, here, this thing right here. This is insane. You can see it. I mean, look at her. You can see that she's batshit nuts. And she's been driving me crazy. Her latest thing is she likes to shoot 3 feet straight off the floor. And if I have my hand on like a door jamb or something, she'll grab my hand. And she always does it with soft toes, but it's damn startling. And it leads me to yell things like, "Kitty!" Now she looked over here. Uh-oh, here she comes. Now she's frantically licking my leg. And it's this little face and the love of my husband and the love of close friends of mine and all sorts of stuff like that. The sound of bells, the taste of sushi. Actually, sashimi. I really can't eat the rice anymore. The taste of sashimi. The smell of good incense. Fart jokes. There are a lot of reasons I have that kind of bear me up and give me the strength. And I want to give a shout out to Draven's Crypt and the people from there that have subscribed to me today. I can't tell you how much that meant to me to come in and say, hey, see people going, hey, I sub to your channel. If you guys like commentary, but you don't like negativity, I have to give Draven a shout out because he keeps it light. And he keeps it kind. And yeah, he throws some turds at the lol cows out there, like specifically Shanny for Christ and Foodie Booty. Don't even get me started on that bitch. I have a whole video about that. Go look at it. Whoa! All of a sudden. Yeah, she definitely has the resting grump face. Yes, we got new friendos from over at Draven's. I'll probably wind up posting their link in my place as the private one and also Soylent Green. Which, by the way, if you guys would like, that server is open. Well, actually, no, I should probably wait until I'm out of the hospital because I don't know how well I'm going to feel. And I go be paying attention to y'all while my husband is here. Like, please forgive me, but priorities. I might even get ready for it. Get ready for it. I might even make Atirangi sleep out here in the living room instead of in there with me. Oh boy, you got a dagger nickname already, Katie. Yeah, I might make her sleep out here in the living room instead of in there with me while my husband is here, because I really don't want him or want her to, like, say, lick his hands and walk across the back of his head and go in his ear when he's trying to sleep, or, start playing hockey with, like, her toy mousie. That was the stupidest thing I've ever bought, because it goes chirp, chirp, squeak, squeak, squeak. It's got a little electronic thing in it. God, that's annoying. It's like 3:30 in the morning. All of a sudden you hear squeak, 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 and you think there's a real mouse in there because it's actually believable sounding. First time it happened, I sat up like, what the fuck? And I look over, and there she is. She's got it in her mouth. I'm like, damn me to hell for buying that squeaky thing. So, I am going to go on ahead and at least put my PayPal and my Cash App in here. Now, I would go ahead and put my Patreon in there, but my Patreon is still being worked on. It needs a little bit of love, and I keep getting distracted with other shit. So there's always that. And after this, as I recover, I will be doing some more e-learning. I've got a lot of the assets I need already. There are a couple of other things that are more of a will be nice. But, as time goes on, I can work with what I've got. As time goes on, I can pick things like that up. So that's really kind of not a big deal. The main issue I'm having right now is just like the next couple of weeks while we're recovering from this whole financial hit. That is when I'm going to kind of need the help. But yeah, so that's what's going on. I'm probably going to only be on here for a couple more minutes because I got a bunch of DMs I have to answer. And now my stomach is acting up on me and I want to kind of lie down and calm down. Because I'm not going to lie, I am a little bit nervous. It's a little bit freaky feeling like I have to go through this stuff. It's going to be even more freaky when I get the images back from my surgeon and I'm looking at the inside of my neck. And her hands holding my very screwed up thyroid gland. Because, dude, it is a mess. I mean, it's gotten to the point where, I think I've mentioned this, it's hard for me to eat really solid food. It's like it gets stuck. And what's happening is the thyroid gland is pushing on my esophagus. It's causing things to hang. Which is at least annoying, and a couple of times it's been pretty scary. I've come pretty close to choking once or twice. But, so it's, better to see that and be kind of like, ew, and have it outside my body than have it inside my body and then one day you stop hearing anything from me at all. That's not me being dramatic. That could have happened. But guess what? As soon as I get off here, I'm going to be going to bed because I got to get up really early in the morning. And once that's all taken, once I go to bed, I don't have to worry about it. I got stuff for nightmares. Interesting shit. It's called prazosin. And originally it was designed for blood pressure. But the off-label use it has is it stops night terrors. Oh, you're in Tejas? How fun. Well, it could be worse. You could be in Florida. Oh, wait. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm waiting for Dagger to make a terrible pun or say something weird because I'm dissing Florida. He's our resident Florida man. But yeah. And I guess I'm Arizona woman. Sometimes some pretty weird shit happens in Arizona. I hate you so bad. Well, I love you so bad, Dagger. You damn knife ear. But this is the way you got to do it. You got to keep your spirits up when you're facing down adversity. And Dagger has to do that times two because, well, you know. Oh God, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna come out of Texas and all the way to Arizona and be like, bitch, what? Yeah. So I'm kind of running out of things to say. Anybody have any comments, questions, requests, ways to make fun of me, burps, farts, meows, anything like that? No? Yes? No? Maybe? Well, this is your farewell meow. I'm going to actually, I can't even. So, I knew you had something. I knew you had something. So apparently, if you do drugs and then go to church here in Texas, you're considered a Crystal Methodist. That's not very nice. I don't know if I've told this joke before, so laugh at me if I have, and laugh at me if I haven't. If, however the spirit moves you, but... So there's this guy. He goes to his doctor because he's feeling rough. The doctor does tests upon tests, MRI here, a CT scan there, an anal probe here. Well, maybe not that. Okay, well, yes, it happened because I say so. And doctor finally calls him in with his results. He brings him into the office. And see, that's never good news. If they say, come in and talk to me, then they have to dish some information, because that's what they did with me when they told me I had cancer. Nanu. So, yeah. So the doctor calls him into the office, and he sits him down. He has the serious doctor face. It looks a lot like Ati's face here. That kind of, I'm being serious now. And he goes, Doc, give it to me straight. And the doctor says, well, I will. The tests are back, and apparently your DNA is backwards. And the guy looks at the doctor and says, and? I'll just leave it there and let you figure that out. I almost fucking peed when I heard that joke. But, and it's funny because more than once I've actually had to explain it. There are also jokes like that have no explanation. Lakina gets it. He is correct. There is a room for terrible jokes. Oh, fuck it. I'll give you guys Soylent Green. I have enough coverage in there for the few days that I'm going to be out. Let's see. We got... Alrighty. Give me 1 second here. Let me stop screwing around and get my actual invite instead of responding to DMs. Now, I never do permanent invites anymore to Soylent Green. And the reason is because they get passed around and then fucked up people end up in there. And I really don't want that. This is not... this is not... It's not a private server, but at the same time, I get a lot of trolls. I used to be considered a law cow. And, I just don't want the same people showing up and shitting up the place or posting stuff that could get us in trouble. So, this is Soylent Green. Enter with caution. It's very easy to get booted out of my servers. And again, the reason for this is in my past, I don't really want to engage with that stuff anymore. So if you feel like dropping in, then drop on in. If I don't catch it tonight or tomorrow morning, one of my other moderators or admins will. And my stomach is still trying to kick my butt. And so I am going to go and settle down and try to get some rest. And please don't step in anything soft, because this time if you step in something soft, it's probably pieces of my diseased thyroid gland, which will have been scattered to the winds right where you're going to step in it. Yes. Yes. The moderator has a mean streak indeed. I have lots of admins and moderators in that server, so if you have any questions, or you're like, why the fuck is half of this in German, or I can't read that font, direct those questions to them. And if it's you being a dick, the moderator or admin in question is probably going to say, because fuck you, that's why. So don't step in any diseased thyroids, and if you do, leave your thyroid shoes outside the door. Dead silence for a second because my brain just fired a test pattern and went boop. This is an activation of the emergency alert system. Or actually, this is a deactivation of this emergency alert system. This is Bells of Nevermore, EAS, signing off, and I will return shortly without a thyroid. Good night.